from New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, rapper actor Ja Rule is here with the exclusive on his time in prison and to dish about his brand new movie. Plus, Breast Cancer Awareness Month continues with another fabulous makeover and all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Thank you so much for watching today. Listen, Robin Thicke is blaming Miley Cyrus for the raunchy VMA performance. And then, did you hear about that shakeup at 50 Shades of Grey? Well, we have no Christian. Christian bailed. Thank you. And I'm gonna break down the Real Housewives of New Jersey Part 2 reunion last night. Let's talk about it more. It's time for Hot Topics. Everybody, thank you so much. Do I look like I'm glowing? Yes. Because today I am a proud mother. Yes. For last night, my son officially became a man. Now, listen. Prescription glasses. They're part of his costume. He wanted to wear the gazelle glasses, and when that Versace song came on, he wanted Versace, so he's wearing Versace. And little Kev had his 13th birthday party last night here in the city at Marquee Nightclub. Well, I gotta tell you, I've been teasing you, and yes, honey, it was going down in the club last night. Shake it and twerk it, and twerk it and shake it. It was a really, you know, his birthday's actually in the summer, in August 18th. But for those of us who have summer birthdays, we know that you can never have a successful party during the summer because all your friends are busy with their families. So the celebration was last night, and my husband and I couldn't be more proud. There were hundreds of kids there. There were hundreds of kids there, and my parents were there, and a lot of the adults, you know, who mean something in his life were there. Adrienne Bailon was his date for the evening. He didn't know that Adrienne was going to be his date, and he walked in, and there she is, Adrienne. You know Adrienne. She was just absolutely perfect. You know, she's a sexy woman. She brought the sexy without being inappropriate. And, you know, she's small, like the kids. Like, my kid is 5. My son is 13. He's 5 feet 8 or 9. So, yeah, she's a little snookums. But, Adrienne, you were perfect, dear. Absolutely perfect. And then we had Tristan McWilds perform his song. Yeah. And then the rapper Meek Mills performed. And the kids went crazy, yeah. So all in all, it was a great night. It was from 5 to 10 here in the city, and I feel exhausted. I'm just glad it's over. Thank you to everybody who attended. Thank you. Okay, Robin Thicke had a sit-down with Oprah last night. Did anybody watch? No, no one watched. But I'm here to break it down. So Robin implied that Miley Cyrus is blaming, or Robin implied that Miley Cyrus is to blame for that raunchy performance at the VMAs. Kind of like when Justin Timberlake acted like he didn't know what was about to happen when Janet Jackson's boob popped out. When really, I always think that Justin probably knew, Janet knew, and they were going to be edgy, you know, with that. But he hung her out to dry. So anyway, so Robin is trying his best to distance himself from the controversy, and here's what Mr. Thicke has to say.
You didn't think of it as sexual?
Well, I was on stage, I didn't see it, you know? So to me, I'm walking out towards Miley, I'm not thinking sex, I'm thinking fun, you know? I mean, her and I don't have
But
that
she's
kind of...
twerking up against your,
I know, but you have to remember, I'm singing my butt off, so I'm sitting there, I'm looking up at the sky, and I'm singing. I'm not really paying attention to all that. That's on her. I'm like, people ask me, you know, do you twerk? I go, listen, I'm the twerk-e. I'm twerked upon. I don't twerk myself, okay?
You know, you must understand that that's what men do in a case like this. They leave us hanging to dry, girls. You know, that wasn't good, Robin Thicke. Besides, you know what? Robin had his own scandal after the VMAs, and that was his wife, Paula Patton. You know how she acts a little loopy, and you know, her behavior on the red carpet is usually very loopy-ish. And then, you know, he had that picture taken with that girl. His hand was like on her behind. Remember that, the reflective picture in the club? And then he kind of explained that off. Which made us all speculate, what kind of marriage do they have, honey? Like wide open, or is it a marriage between just the two of them? Anyway, so he has his own scandal going on. And Miley, listen, you had to know this guy was gonna hang you out to dry. Now, yeah, what she did, very distasteful, but you wanna know what? She wanted to get our attention because her album was coming out. And so to you, Miley, congratulations. Her album is #1 in 70 countries. Oh, they're reluctantly clapping. You know what a reluctant clap is? Down here. I still haven't seen Miley the Movement yet, and it played on MTV a couple of times this weekend, but I was so busy with my Sex and the City marathon, and then they had a Matlock marathon. Oh, I never shared with you? I love Ben Matlock. Andy Griffith, to me, is the best thing since sliced bread. Rest in peace, Mr. Griffith. Ben Matlock, the way he breaks down his cases, just juicy. You can't walk away from the TV. So I was caught up in a Matlock marathon and Sex and the City, of course, over on Esquire. All right, so there's a big shakeup with that movie, 50 Shades of Grey. Now, I don't need a shakeup. I don't know about you. I've already planned to see this movie in the summer of 2014. I already know what I'm gonna wear, how I'm gonna go. I wanna go by myself. I wanna go to the 11 a.m. matinee. There's only gonna be women there. I don't want any talking, and that's it. So now, and I'm not even mad at the casting, because I don't know either one of these two kids, either the Anastasia or the Christian Grey, and I kind of like it that way, so I don't have a preconceived notion of the person. You know how when you read enough magazines and do enough Hot Topics that your opinion of somebody is so skewed when they play like a good father, because here on Hot Topics, we're reporting that you owe child support, or you know what I mean? So, for this movie, I like that I don't know the two main characters. But now, one of the main characters that I never heard of, but he was hired, Charles Hunnam, has dropped out as Christian Grey. He's out. He's gone. The reason that he gave was that he didn't have enough time to prepare for the role. Well, my thought is I don't believe that, because you know what? When you sign these big contracts, they give you more than enough time to prepare for a role. So I don't believe you, Charlie. And then, you know, he's currently starring on that FX series, Sons of Anarchy. I don't watch any of those vampire shows. Do you watch this show? The kids watch it. It's like a big deal. But for the rest of us, this would be his coming out party as Christian Grey. So I can't believe that he dropped out. So there must have been another reason, and we found that according to E! News, Charles doesn't want to be massively famous. Oh gosh. The attention was already too intense once he got this role, and reportedly he got cold feet. Now, I do believe that. You know, there are people with morals in Hollywood who just want to do their craft, and they don't care about being chased by TMZ, and they don't care about being in the biggest movie in the country, because that would attract too much attention to their doorstep. They like to do those little indie films for little tiny paychecks, but it's their craft, and that's what they love. You gotta clap for this, oh, well, I will, for having some integrity and wanting to stick to what he wants to do, not what we want him to do. Now, that young lady, Dakota Johnson, is still playing Anastasia. I don't mind this at all. I remember when she was born. God, I've been around for a long time. You know that's the daughter of Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith. Don't you remember when she was born? Yes, she was born out of great luck. Melanie, you need a sandwich, girl. Look at that. The worst part is, yeah, it's bad. Suzanne, it's bad. Suzanne, your hair looked special at the party last night. Did you put rollers in earlier?
I put old lady rollers in, the Velcro kind, for the first time in years.
Did you have fun at the party?
So much fun. It was spectacular.
Best 13th birthday party ever. Until your boys. So now listen. Dakota reportedly has banned her mother, Melanie Griffith, from the set. But, you know, Melanie hasn't acted in years. And a lot of times, you know, these actors, they just can't get over, it's done, Johnny, it's done. And so she's like buzzing around the set, like helicopter momming, I think, allegedly, maybe looking for a little job over there on the set. In the meantime, Melanie, leave your daughter alone. She is 26 years old. She's more than able to handle being on a set by herself. This is her big break. They don't even remember when she was born. At least I remember something about the little girl. I don't know what she's acted in. I think we said on Hot Topic she has a little sitcom or something, right? Ben and Kate?
It got canceled.
Ben? Oh, it got canceled. Oh. Well, she was in a little sitcom called Ben and Kate. It got canceled. So this is this young lady's big chance. Melanie, stop buzzing around the set trying to recapture something that's just not there anymore, Mel. It's just, it's the kids' time. It's not our time. And you studio people, look, I read all 3 of those books on account. I was sucked in because they all were doing so much talking about them. Quite frankly, all that S&M stuff, I've said it before, I'll say it again. How difficult is it to trap a 21-year-old girl into being tied up with a rope? When you, as a man, you're making, you know, $25 million a year. You remember, you know the book, you know the story. That wasn't hot sex. That girl didn't even, come on. But I can't wait to see the movie, and I know that they're in a conundrum about this character who should play Christian Grey. Well, the forerunners to play him are a fella named Matt Bomer. Do you know who that is? Fine. And, you know, because with Christian Grey, remember, a lot of his sexy was in the eyes, the way he'd look at her, and her clothes would just drop, you know? And then there's this other little fellow, Ian Somerhalder. You know who that is? I mean, he does have steely eyes. In that picture, he's not giving me masculine enough. You know, Christian Grey did a lot of grabbing and chokeouts. So we need our guy, and he was not heavy, and he was not built, and neither is he heavy or built. If it's between the 2 of them, fine, I'll take the blonde. However, my first choice happens to be Zac Efron. Yes. And now he's sober, and he probably needs something right now, an activity to keep him nice and sober, so it would be perfect for him to play this. We love how he looks with his shirt off. And then if Zac is not available, how could I forget about my boy, Shia LaBeouf? Yeah. This here, ladies and gentlemen, is my 25. I just love, you know, I woke up this morning and he was in trouble again. And I liked it. Oh, you know, he bar fights and drinks and then doesn't wear sunglasses to cover black eyes and stuff. Remember he cursed out Alec Baldwin when they were supposed to be in a play on Broadway, and then he walked away from the whole play? I love a guy that stands for something. Oh. He got in a fight over the weekend for refusing to stop filming a woman vomiting on a London street. If she's gonna present the show, why can't my guy film it? And look, when he refused to stop filming the woman throwing up in the streets, a man stepped in and punched and kicked Shia in the groin. But my guy took it. Bouncers had to come out of the club and break up the fight. My guy. He's only 25. There's finally an end to this whole Tardy with for the party drama. Can you believe we're still dealing with this? How many years ago did that song come out? A long time ago. The justice system is slow. So now listen. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kandi Burruss is sued, Kim Zolciak. Both of them look great in these pictures, right? For royalties over their song Tardy for the Party. Well, Kim at the top was only the singer. Kandi's the one who wrote it and produced it and did all the money work, okay? Well, the judge ruled in Kim's favor. After all that fighting, Kandi got absolutely nothing. And Kim is just, I'm sure, elated and happy. Well, allegedly, the judge went down to technicalities. There was no paperwork in place showing that Kandi was entitled to any of the proceeds. And Kandi's a businesswoman. She's made globs and globs of money off that writing and producing thing. Maybe she just got caught up in a friendship thing. I mean, we saw it unfold on the show. Why couldn't somebody give the judge footage from the actual show? We saw who the brains behind the operation. You know what, Kandi? That'll teach you from hiring a lawyer that wears a mesh thong and knows how to twerk. No, look. Her lawyer was Phaedra Parks. Phaedra was her lawyer. You know what? There are lawyers, and then there's Phaedra. Phaedra has lost, like, every case that she's been involved with that we could see. You messed up on Sheree, Phaedra. Remember? Remember the episode where we saw Phaedra getting money from a glove compartment from one of her criminals that she defended? I just don't understand. Where'd you get your lawyer degree that you could not have paper in place for Kandi to be paid? We know who the brains was behind Tardy for the Party, but alas, Kandi didn't win because of a technicality. Phaedra. That's a Phaedra face. All right, so let's move on to Rihanna. Well, look, she's made some really big changes in her life. First of all, she's relocating from California to New York. Her house was, well, I'm not sure how I feel about that. There was, somebody clapped. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but that's her house. This is the house that was broken into while she wasn't home. And so, when you're a single girl, you don't need all those windows and doors anyway. All that thumping in the middle of the night. You ever get paranoid at your house and just walk around and start jiggling locks? You ever have somebody over, like the plumber or something, and think that they might be trying to set you up for a robbery later on that night? So you go down to the basement and you even jiggle those windows and stuff that you very rarely touch. You're jiggling just to see if he's gonna try to set you up. I've driven myself crazy walking around and jiggling. I can't wait until my kid goes to college, because then I'm moving back in. I want to live like condo living with one way in, one way out, and preferably one window. That's me. Anyway, so that big giant house was broken into, and she decided she wants to move to New York with one way in and one way out. She's moving into a condo here. There's a doorman to watch everything, and one door in and one door out. So anyway, she's also been cutting people from her entourage. Reportedly, especially her best friend sidekick, Melissa Ford. Out, gone. These girls have been friends since they were little girls running around in Barbados. And they're rarely seen apart since Rihanna has been our Rihanna, the famous girl. But they haven't been spotted together in a photograph for 2 weeks, which is huge. And apparently they stopped following each other on Instagram, which is huge-er. Because if you follow Rihanna on any of this stuff, then Melissa and Rihanna are like thick as thieves. I never knew what that meant, but that's what old people, thick as thieves. Anyway, wow. But Melissa will be okay. I don't think that, whatever they fought over, allegedly in Rihanna's camp, Rihanna's telling everybody, don't mention her name, don't talk about her, don't bring it up. You know, I cut her, you all cut her, you know? So that might be it. I don't know what Melissa's going to do now, but you can certainly come and tell your story here. Because I want to know. I mean, she's been with Rihanna, though, long enough. She's probably been collecting business cards for years, so she'll probably be okay with money. She'll get a job, you know, someplace else. She'll probably get offered a book deal, hopefully for lots of money, and she'll elect to write that book. And she'll tell who Rihanna is. I don't even think we need the book, though, because Rihanna puts it out there who she is and what she does. But we want more. So, Melissa, get to writing. Jay-Z is endorsing this artist named Nipsey Hussle in a big way. You might not know who Nipsey Hussle is, but I come from a long career in radio where, you know, my knuckles dragged in the streets for a long time, and I happen to know who Nipsey Hussle is. I found this story interesting. You know, Nipsey dropped a mixtape last week and charged $100. And I know what you're saying. Well, who's going to buy it? Well, Jay-Z knows who Nipsey Hussle is also and bought all these. He showed support by buying 100 $100 CDs. That's $10,000 worth of CDs, and allegedly Nipsey Hussle is now going on to sell a whole bunch more. And my Hot Topics team scored me mines, too. Oh, well, that's it for Hot Topics. We've got a great show for you. Rapper, actor Ja Rule is here. Ready for a sit-down. We're going to talk to him about his brand new movie and a whole lot more. Plus, there's another deserving breast cancer survivor that we're going to give a fabulous head-to-toe makeover for. And don't go far from your TV, because up next, I'm going to give my reality report card where the grades do matter for this season's of Real Housewives of New Jersey, so don't miss it. Fashion fabulousness is here. Fashion expert and friend to the show, Lloyd Boston, is here to show us what everyone should be wearing this season. I like your pants, Lloyd.
Thank you. How you doing?
I might need a bigger closet.
It's an all-new Wendy tomorrow.
Brought to you by Maybelline, New York. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Conclusion of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and now that the season's over, it's time for grading each housewife. So it's time for our reality report card. Hit it. Caroline Manzo, we're going to start with you. Caroline reportedly is leaving the show for a spinoff with her family. I like the idea that she's leaving the show. I've already said that in the name of decency. I think that this is a good family, and they don't need the reality curse of families falling apart when you're on reality TV. I don't like the idea of a spinoff because you're a good family, and you just need to get off TV and just be a good woman to your good family. So, and unless you're going to tell us why you and Dina don't talk, since that apparently is like the most scandalous thing, you know, the big question, and you didn't reveal it this season, Caroline, I'm giving you a C-. In the name of love. Up next, Jacqueline Larita. My Jacqueline, you've come a long way, baby. You got your tummy tuck, you got your neck lift. You got, you know, I mean, she has come along. You know, she's got a little surgery. She reestablished her relationship with Teresa, and she talked about her son's autism, which I, as a mother, I really appreciated seeing that. But in the name of decency, you need to go someplace. No more on reality TV. You and your juicy husband and your children, you're a beautiful family. You get a C. Yeah. I have no idea exactly who Andy's going to be getting rid of. You know, we keep hearing a buzz, and so far it's the buzz is Caroline and then Jacqueline. I think that that's wise. Next up, Kathy Wakili. You get an A+ for the way you look. I just think that the Wakili family is a gorgeous family, all four of them. but that cannoli business is not exciting, you know, so I'm giving you a D. But I'm giving your sister Rosie an A+. Hi, Rosie. Doesn't she just look so cute here? Can you believe she's got a problem getting the chicks? Like, she's talked about it on this. She calls them chicks, too, which I love. She's like one of the guys. Do you remember when she was doing that speed date thing, or they were in a club or something like that, and she met a really, really smart business lady who was also a lesbian, and she was having a conversation with her. And do you remember the more that Rosie drank, the more she pushed up on the girl? Remember? I mean, she was like, you know, she was like, Rosie, you were all awkward. I was looking at that scene like this. Oh, Rosie, you'll get your girl one day, girl. How you doing, Rosie? So cute. Okay, up next, Melissa Gorga. Melissa Gorga, I love it when you wear so much makeup for something simple like taking out the garbage. You ever notice? Melissa's face is always beat, always eyeliner and the whole bitch. You do a really good job, too. And I also love when you walk in the room with the rompers and the makeup and that music career that you're still chasing. I loved the feud with Teresa. It was the highlight of the season. Problem with the feud is that it was all of the season, and then there was way too much therapy. So you want to know what, Melissa, dear? I'm giving you a B+. Yes. By the way, when she and her husband Joe were here, when she wasn't looking, I whispered to Joe, I said, do you like it better blonde or brunette? He likes brunette better also. I like it better brunette also. But it's just hair. She can dye it when she's ready. Okay, last but not least, Teresa. Teresa, your feuding with Melissa was really good this season. You had good fights with your brother Joe. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking like this. You had great fights and lots of drama with Shady Penny, Shady Kim D, and Shady Johnny the Greek. Teresa, I'm giving you an A for all right. I can't wait for next season to see which housewives are fired, which ones are going to jail, which ones are being deported. It's going to be good. Jersey, you keep bringing it, and we'll keep watching. Up next, everyone, he was recently released from prison, and he's got a brand new movie. Hip-hop star Ja Rule joins us next. Our first guest is a platinum-selling rapper with 4 Grammy nominations. He's also an actor with a brand new movie called I'm in Love with a Church Girl. Take a look.
You need to come to church with me and find yourself a good woman there.
Oh, that's Vanessa. She goes to Bible study every week with my wife.
What church do you attend?
Right now, I'm kind of in between churches.
We have been praying for a godly man for Vanessa. Are you that godly man?
What is so bad about going to church?
God don't want somebody like me in his church, okay?
Please welcome Ja Rule.
How you doing, Wendy? How you feeling, baby?
I think you got taller in prison.
I think it's the boots.
Yeah. So, it's nice to have you here.
It's good to be. I miss you, Wendy.
Yeah.
I do, man.
We go way back, of course.
Absolutely.
You know, the radio and the rapper.
You know you big in jail, too.
Oh, am I?
Big in jail.
That's good.
They love
How y'all
it.
doing? Yeah. All right, so you spent 2 years in prison.
Yes.
No joke.
Yes,
I mean, this
did.
is a father of 3, a married
Yes.
man, you know,
Absolutely.
a successful rapper by anybody's account. You did consecutive bids?
Actually, it ran concurrent, so...
Okay, you went in the first time?
I went in on my state charge for the gun charge, and they ran it concurrent with my tax stuff.
No, well, let's talk about it. First of all, refresh me for a moment. were you stopped and you had a gun in the car? Was the gun in the seat? Like, where was the gun? What was going on, Jeffrey?
The gun was in a... the gun was in a side compartment in my car.
One of the stash boxes?
Not a stash box, not a stash box. And
you were speeding?
No, I was in my Maybach, and we weren't going too fast. We were going about maybe 30, 40 miles an hour.
Yes, too slow. Well, that's also a reason to get
too slow.
Yeah.
And the police pulled me over, and they found the firearm in the side compartment of the car.
So you went in for that.
I went in for that.
And then while you were in prison...
actually, it was kind of ran concurrent. So the tax stuff, I knew it. And it's not tax evasion, y'all. I do pay taxes. It's failure to file taxes. So it's a little bit different.
Well...
A little bit. A little bit different.
So, all right, and so failure to file. So the gun charge was what, a year?
I did know the gun charge was 2 years, and then the tax stuff was also 2 years. Actually, 28 months.
You've been away for 4 years?
No, 2 years, 2 years. They ran it concurrent.
Okay.
When they run it concurrent, it means they run the time together.
How old are you now?
I am 37.
Yeah, no, you look as young as Adrienne Bailon, who, by the way, was my son's date last night for the party.
I heard.
That was the girl in the movie, your love interest.
Yes.
All right, so you go to jail. How did the prisoners react to you? Were you big in the jail too?
You know, it's funny because it's kind of the same as being on the streets.
Yeah.
You know, people. I thought it was going to be a lot different, but when I got there, people actually had a lot of admiration for me, a lot of love for me.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a really different experience.
Different that you don't want again.
Absolutely.
You got your GED while you were in there, so you have something to show your kids. And I hear you just took your oldest to college.
Yes, I just dropped my oldest daughter, Brittany, off to college. She's at,
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, there goes my family right there, yeah. So she's at Hampton U.
Oh,
so
right, wow. Did you have a job in prison?
I did. Not in the state, but when I went to the feds, I had a job. They had me doing like little odd jobs, taking out garbage.
Yeah. Well, stuff that your wife probably can't get you to do normally.
A lot of domestic work.
Yeah,
a lot of domestic work. I'm actually better at domestic work now than I was before.
I bet you are. Mrs. Rule is ruling that.
I wash dishes and everything.
Okay.
Now. It's all good.
I'll bet. During the height of your career, as we know, there were a lot of rumors of infidelity regarding Ja Rule. Yeah. And your wife has had to put up with, according to all we've read and heard, and
my baby, okay.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Hey, Miss Rule. So how did you get past that? Honestly, because
I mean, you know, it's like any other relationship. You know, you go through things, you work through them. You know, a lot of that stuff was hyped up. You know, a lot of things in there were not true that was said in the book. And Wendy, don't you start that?
I'm not saying. All I'm saying is that everyone deserves another chance.
Yeah, I mean,
thank goodness for your wife.
I love my wife, and I love my family, I love my children. So, you know, I think that is stronger than anything else out there that can be thought up for people to try to make bad on me, you know?
Your name has been mixed up with ecstasy and things like that. Look, we're talking about he's a better man today.
I don't do any drugs, anything of any nature anymore.
Right. But how do you feel about, like, Miley glorifying, and she's not the only one, Molly and, you know, whatnot. How do you feel about that?
I mean, you know, I think it sometimes gets taken out of context. You know, we as artists, we have the right to express ourselves. You know, that is our First Amendment, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But I also believe that we have an obligation to the youth to be somewhat responsible in what we say. Yeah. You know, on record. But I think that comes with age. I think that comes with artists growing up and becoming, you know, assured of who they are as people. Yeah. You know, then they start to realize that, you know, we are role models and they do have a responsibility.
A little something.
Yeah.
You have no hair on the side of your face. I'm looking at you right now. That's why you're so youthful. First of all, you have no wrinkles, but you don't shave. You don't have to shave your face?
I don't have to shave, no.
That's nice.
Yeah.
One less job.
One less job. One less job.
Do you have to pay back the tax money? Back to the tax thing.
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
So you have to do your time and pay?
And pay, yes.
How do they expect you to pay? You haven't been making any money.
Well, you know, I've sold a lot of records throughout my career,
okay,
so we do give them residual checks.
Okay, good for you. Good for you. Congratulations on this new movie, I'm in Love with a Church Girl.
Yes.
How do you fit, Ja Rule, how do you fit into the storyline, you personally? Can you relate to your guy there?
Yeah, a lot of similarities, a lot of parallels between me and Miles. You know, he went through a lot of things. It's actually a true story about a good friend of mine named Gally Molina now, who is also the, producer of the film and everything.
Yeah.
But it's a true story, and he goes through things. You know, he's trying to become a better man and live in a better way, and his past keeps bringing him back.
You've only been out of jail, though, for 2 months. When did you shoot this?
We actually shot it before I went in. Right before I went in, we shot it.
And so they held it and so that you can...
Well, you know, it takes a while to do all of the post-production stuff, you know, the editing and the score and all that stuff, so... Yeah. Perfect timing.
Yes, perfect timing.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're out.
Me too.
Stay out.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see you.
Absolutely.
It's always nice to catch up with people from my past, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm in Love with a Church Girl hits theaters on Friday. Up next, it's time for Ask Wendy.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
The one and only, and always outspoken, Reverend Al Sharpton is here. From the Jacksons to Jay-Z and even the president, his new book, The Rejected Stone, covers it all. His whole life has been a hot topic, and I can't wait to dish.
It's an all-new Wendy Wednesday.
Welcome back. It's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
Hi, Wendy. My name's Janine. How are you doing,
Hi, Janine.
Wendy? I am a newlywed. I got married 4 months ago. I love my husband dearly.
Congratulations.
But Wendy, he is a hoarder. He refuses to throw out anything that he thinks is sentimental, which is everything. So I'm wondering, Wendy, is it okay for me to throw out his things when he's at work and I'm home alone?
Okay, what kind of stuff is he saving? I mean, is he taking up a lot of room?
We have comic books, comic book trinkets, cards from every birthday, other people's wedding invitations.
Do you live in a place with a basement?
We live in a one-bedroom apartment here in Queens. And we want kids.
Oh, and you want kids. All right, I'm gonna give you a little hint. Not that this is a bad thing, but here's what I do. You take the stuff, little by little, and you move it to a secret place. If he doesn't ask for it in 6 months, he's never gonna ask for it. And slowly but surely, you filter it out to the garbage man. That's all. Yeah, you understand? I can't stand a hoarder. Up next, everybody, a breast cancer survivor's fabulous makeover. Keep it here. The fun doesn't stop when the show ends. Go to wendyshow.com for must-see moments. Check out my after show and enter to win amazing free stuff. Visit wendyshow.com today. We're back. I'm sitting with my friend, fashion expert Liliana Vasquez, and all month long, you know, we've been giving head-to-toe makeovers to brave women who are battling breast cancer. So today, we're making over a mother of 3. Her name is Tamika. Tamika is a fitness instructor, but after she was diagnosed with breast cancer, she had to put her life on hold to get well. So she hasn't seen her coworkers since she started her treatment, and she wants to blow their minds when she gets together with them for a work party in a few weeks. Take a look at her story.
Hey, Wendy. How you doing? My name is Tamika, and I'm a fitness instructor. But my active life came to a complete halt in May when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I've gained so much weight from treatment, I don't even feel like me anymore. I have a holiday office party coming up, and since I haven't seen my coworkers since the diagnosis, I would love a new look for the party. Wendy, can you please make me over?
Yes. Tamika's husband, Ralph, is here along with the 3 kids. Miles, Matthew, and Maya. Hi, kids. Hi, Ralph. All right, you ready to see Mom? Yeah! Come on out, Tamika. You know, sometimes A simple dress in a beautiful color says everything. Talk about her look, and I'm loving the shoes.
We're going to start with the makeup because we've had amazing women. Her makeup looks gorgeous. Jai, thank you so much for literally killing it with the makeup. I love the eyes on her, the lashes, and then you called it on the dress. Oh, see, I knew she was going to do that. The dress, she never wears color. She lives in black. So today, that is over. It is all about color for her in this gorgeous Kelly green dress.
It's fabulous.
It's fabulous. It's beautiful. And the shoes, I mean, she told me she wanted fierce shoes, so I delivered fierce on the shoes.
They're
How
good.
hot is she?
They're good. And then the hair. All right, so this is a wig from my wig line. Tamika today is wearing the Paris.
Yes.
It's terrific. It's synthetic. And Antoine told me that he used the razor to shape it around the face. So how do you feel, Tamika?
Like a queen.
All of my wigs can be found at hairbywendywilliams.com. And I'm also making a wig donation to the American Cancer Society's wig program. To find out how you can help fight breast cancer, go to wendyshow.com. Thanks, Liliana. Another fierce makeover. Her new book, by the way, is called The Cheap Chica's Guide to Style. It's available for pre-order now. Up next, everybody, we're going to reveal the Wendy Instaglam winners of the day. Keep it here. Closed captioning for the Wendy Williams Show is brought to you by... Instaglam. The celebrity look of the day that we're looking at is actress-singer Adrienne Bailon, who's rocking the new plaid trend. I like the way she tied hers around her waist, and she paired it with some sneakers for a cool casual look. Today's Instaglam winners were both into they both put their twist on the plaid trend. Talia is from Baltimore, and Talia is rocking her plaid shirt with her blue suede shoes. And then Kristen and Lindsay are from Rochester, and they're doing their plaid shirts with overalls and jeans. And then there's Kellen. Kellen is from Encino, California, and I like the way that she's paired hers with a crop top for a sexy, cool, casual look. You're all going to be sent Diva fans, my little mini Diva fans here. Be sure that you follow us on Instagram, and then you can also maybe be one of our Instaglam looks of the day. Keep it here. We'll be right back. Time. Thank you so much today for everything. I mean, oh, and by the way, after I do the show, I do something called the after show. If you like this show, you're going to love the after show. Look, it's on my YouTube channel, okay? Go to wendyshow.com and figure that all out. I want to thank my guests today, Ja Rule. It's so nice catching up with you. Liliana Vasquez, another amazing breast cancer survivor makeover. Tamika, you look gorgeous. And of course, my co-host. They are the bees knees. Tomorrow, we've got another enjoyable show. Sandra Bernhard is here, and we're going to be meeting up with our fashion expert friend, Lloyd Boston. He's got the hottest accessories for fall. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye.